This evening, one man claims several agencies collaborated to defraud him of his inheritance. Renegotiation of parking meter contract gets green light. A baker sees court for $2 million robbery. Aggressive approach to turn city trash into cash. And internationally, Mexico is reeling from the strongest earthquake in over a century.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Rival Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Headline News is now being streamed live on our YouTube channel. Join us. Mr. Alvin Stewart is frustrated because wherever he turns, his complaints are being dismissed. He believes that he has been swindled out of the ownership of his father's property. He visited our studios with a bag of legal papers to validate his claim that he is the rightful owner of the estate. Wendell Jeffrey investigated his claim, visiting government agencies over several days and sorting through the paperwork. He then compiled this report.
On the 16th of July 1967, somewhere along Main Street in Georgetown, Alvin Anthony Stewart Wilson was struck down by a Mr. Stobie. He said that Stobie, who was drunk, was at the time a student studying law. Mr. Stewart said that he received a monetary compensation of $5,000 for his injuries.
Yes, his injury make I got that's so. But before I was walking here and Hanaman right in Charlotte Street, I was living home with Ian Hanaman Barrister.
Mr. Stewart, who is now 66 years old, said he was 16 at the time. The incident left him paralyzed on his right side with a mental derangement, a slurred speech, and an inability to read properly. He is complaining that for the last 8 years he had been trying to prove that the house at 2116 Nutmeg Street, South Ramvelt, belongs to him.
My father gave me a house. He gave me a will and they put in the palms and he said my father said the place he ain't get no money and nothing.
Alvin Stewart, also known as Golden, is no stranger to the Guyana Revenue Authority, the Courts Records Department, nor the Mayor and City Council. I spent a couple of days with Mr. Stewart trying to understand why he has been fighting this battle for so long and with so much passion.
Look, what he will.
He showed me a will handed to him by his father. When I visited the registrar's office, they said that the will is indeed valid. The complication, they said, is that his father only owned half of the property. Additionally, the documentation I saw also suggested that his father sold his half of the property after he gave his only son the will. However, Mr. Stewart is contending that if his father did sell the property, how was he able to open the said will after his father died?
I pay a lawyer for write the registrar. He said he ain't got no record. Mr. Stewart said he plays. Look, and I got the will. How are you opening the will? If the man said he pays from the registrar, they say sorry, Mr. Stewart don't sell the place.
When I asked the registrar's office to explain this phenomenon, they told me that that was one of the anomalies about this case. They said that that was a mix-up. Mr. Stewart also said that he probated the matter and got the compliance for the property, which he showed me. A property cannot be sold legally without a compliance certificate.
I got the witness and I got the probate, the compliance and the valuation and got the place. This is the bogus thing. The man said he never sell the place, he ain't get no money. If he sell it, he gotta get compliance. How we get the compliance and probate the man place?
When I asked the registrar's office if the property was indeed sold without a compliance certificate, they told me that that was yet another mystery surrounding this matter. The person who claimed to have bought the property from Stewart's dad has the name of a lawyer listed on 2 of their legal documents. However, Mr. Stewart showed me a letter from the said attorney claiming that he was not the lawyer on that matter. Additionally, the registrar's office noted, like Mr. Stewart and I, that the same attorney listed on the 2 documents have 2 very different signatures, as seen here. Mr. Stewart said that his father died a pauper in the Palms, and whoever put him there also forged the documents claiming that his property is theirs. He said that many people are involved in the scam and he is afraid for his life.
But don't everybody know where you live in, right? But I tell you, don't show you, I can tell you where you live in. This thing just continue now going on.
Stewart said that if he gets an attorney to help him, he can get back his property, but he cannot afford a lawyer right now. For Channel 2 Headline News, I am Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. City Council has been cleared to renegotiate the controversial parking meter contract, which was signed with Smart City Solutions. After a heated debate, it all came down to the vote. City councilors pushed through the final debate over the contract with Smart City Solutions. It was undoubtedly a contentious afternoon, with councilors offering varying strong opinions on the contract and the company.
Smart City Solutions is a sham of a company. But if Smart City Solutions want to take me to court, they can be my guest.
There should be the provision for reconciliation. I think somewhere along the line, there should be a position where you should be able to tell your partner, well, you've wronged me, and old wounds easy to bleed, and in order not to have those wounds bleed again, there is need to have conclusive solutions.
There are many other reasons why this particular meter project should be shelved immediately, including the lack of a feasibility study, no cost-benefit analysis, no business proposal, etc., etc., etc.
We need parking in the city, some ordinance in parking, and the people who are benefiting from the parking is not just Georgetown people, people who live in this constituency where I am. I'm living for the past 20 plus years. The people benefiting from parking and use of the city byways and so on are people coming out of the country.
The people of Guyana have spoken. There were 8 protest action on there, and there will be many more.
So let us take the renegotiating part instead of beating up on each other.
But when it was said and done, just before 6 p.m. on Wednesday, 13 of the 25 councilors in attendance voted to renegotiate the contract with Smart City Solutions, thus meaning the 13 councilors intend to continue with the plan of metered parking in the city through the company, but only after addressing all of the issues listed in the Ferreira report, prepared by Chairman of the Renegotiation Committee, Malcolm Ferreira. The other 12 councilors rejected renegotiation. 5 of the councilors voted in favor of completely rescinding the contract, while 7 voted in favor of the council delaying a decision until the High Court rules on the legality of the contract. It should be noted that voting did not fall completely along party lines. 6 APNU councilors voted against the contract. PNCR councilor Gregory Frazier, Deputy Mayor Lionel Jaikaran, AFC councilor Sherrod Duncan, and 2 PPPC councilors voted to have the contract completely rescinded. Coming up on Headline News after the break, turning trash into cash, and climate change becomes focus after a recent string of natural disasters. More when we return.
John Lewis Styles proudly introduces Everest Bags, a complete and affordable line especially suited for back to school. Lunch bags from $3,500, backpacks from $4,500, pulley backpacks from $10,995. Also available are messenger bags, computer bags, waist pouches, duffel bags, gym bags, and even camping bags, all for the same price or less than buying online. And it's already here on Waterloo Street. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
On Sunday, September 10, 2017, the Central Housing and Planning Authority is inviting residents of A and B Fields, Sophia, to a public consultation at the Sophia Primary School. The consultation will address the reformulation of the road network upgrade and expansion program. The project, which will be undertaken through a loan from the Inter-American Development Bank, entails road upgrades with street lights and sidewalks, upgrades to playgrounds and community buildings, and subsidies for construction of core houses and home improvements. Starting time 16 hours.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
Welcome to Kissoon's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
Welcome back. Former President Bharat Jagdeo, deemed an authority on the matters of climate change, took a moment from politics to address the weather situation now attracting the attention of the world. Wendell Jeffrey was at the press conference when the matter was addressed and filed this report.
Former President Bharat Jagdeo at his press conference yesterday took time using the prevailing devastation of the successive hurricanes to speak on matters of climate change.
On behalf of the People's Progressive Party, I wish to state how concerned we are about the impact of Hurricane Irma on lives and properties across the Caribbean.
The opposition leader also addressed the ruin as seen from the footage coming out of these countries.
We've seen images of devastation in properties and the loss of lives and severe injuries suffered by many countries.
Mr. Jagdeo said that the losses seemed not only massive, but seismic.
We have seen systemic losses where housing stocks, almost all the housing stocks in some of the small islands have been damaged or partially damaged. And it will take a very long time for many of those countries to recover.
Mr. Jagdeo, who has received several accolades for his work on climate change, said that science is agreeing with those who say that humans are contributing to climate change.
Science has been on the side that increasingly we are going to see the impact of these weather-related incidences on vulnerable regions of the world because of climate change. Therefore, we have to collectively strengthen our fight to ensure that the progress made in this regard to mitigate some of these consequences, that the progress is not lost because of narrow-minded global policies at this time.
He said that there needs to be a fight within the Caribbean to make sure that the issue of climate change remains a topical issue, if only because of our vulnerability.
The issue of the impact of climate change has to become the priority of the region because of its potential for devastation.
Mr. Jagdeo said that while there is a valid discussion of financial matters among Caribbean countries, the existential threat is really climate change, because if we have no country, then we have nothing.
Sometimes we talk about economic impact, and the economic impact has some problems or associated with jobs or loss of income. But when you're talking about catastrophic events, it is almost existential threat.
The climate change expert then shared a very likely reality.
Just imagine all the progress made in a country for a century being wiped out in a matter of 2 hours.
He said that the threat to the Caribbean is real and not imaginary. Therefore, the regional governments need to take the lead in pushing for the reduction of the carbon footprint.
Our regional governments have to start being at the forefront of the advocacy. That is a priority for all of us and our foreign policies.
Hurricane Irma has killed 23 persons so far and is still churning in the Atlantic. Hurricane Harvey has wreaked havoc on Texas, and tropical storms Jose and Katia are taking form in the northeastern Pacific. For Channel 2 Headline News, I am Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. The City Council is exploring opportunities to turn the city's trash into cash, and is doing so due to recent developments with Caribbean Containers Incorporated. Here's more. In an effort to dispose of solid waste in a more eco-friendly manner, several months ago, City Council divulged that it was planning to roll out a recycling program. As always, cost is a limiting factor, but recent developments at Caribbean Containers Incorporated have opened up an opportunity for City Council to turn trash into cash.
In that particular direction, and yesterday, I had a discussion with the Chairman of the Finance Committee, and we're thinking seriously about calling in a contractor to help us with the process of recycling cardboard, because they're all over the place now. And I think that there's a good opportunity in that. If we can recycle cardboard and if we can bring new products out of it, I think there's a good opportunity in that, not only for the city to make money, but also to continue to ensure the integrity of the environment.
In July, local paper and cardboard manufacturing company Caribbean Containers Inc. suspended the operations of its paper recycling plant and reverted to imported paper as its primary raw material. Previously, CCI was the only large-scale paper recycling plant in Guyana.
We're looking at installing a plant so that we can look at that. But of course it's going to be a private-public partnership arrangement because we couldn't do it alone.
This proposed private-public partnership has the possibility to make the MNCC the largest manufacturer and recycler of paper products in Guyana. A South Rheinveld, Georgetown man was remanded when he appeared at the Georgetown Magistrates Court in connection with a $2 million robbery committed on Buddy's employees in August. Esther Sobers reports.
Quentin Bourne, a 32-year-old baker from South Rheinveld, Georgetown, appeared before City Magistrate Judy Lachman in connection with $2 million and other items robbery committed on Buddy's employees in August. Magistrate Judy Lachman read the charges, which stated that on Tuesday, 22nd of August, on Sheriff Street, Camerville, Bourne, along with others, armed with guns, robbed Leon Betham of $2 million cash property of Ryan Chevrage and a cell phone valued at $25,000. It was also alleged that Bourne also robbed Sean Anthony of a Samsung Galaxy S5 valued at $34,000. Bourne denied both charges, while his attorney Dexter Todd told the court that his client is innocent of the charges filed against him. Todd stated that the car, which was used for the robbery, his client had rented as a favor for a friend, which was not in Guyana. He said his client handed over the keys to his friend. The prosecutor objected to accused being released on bail. Bourne was remanded to prison. I'm Esther Sobers reporting for Channel 2 Headline News.
Thanks, Esther. Still ahead, we'll tell you about a unique event planned for this weekend, and we'll take a look at world news. Stay with us. Ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride taxi service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook, Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
On Sunday, September 10, 2017, the Central Housing and Planning Authority is inviting residents of A and B Fields, Sophia, to a public consultation at the Sophia Primary School. The consultation will address the reformulation of the road network upgrade and expansion program. The project, which will be undertaken through a loan from the Inter-American Development Bank, entails road upgrades with streetlights and sidewalks, upgrades to playgrounds and community buildings, and subsidies for construction of core houses and home improvements. Starting time 16 hours.
Welcome to Kissoon's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
Place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
John Lewis Styles proudly introduces Everest Bags, a complete and affordable line especially suited for back to school. Lunch bags from $3,500, backpacks from $4,500, pulley backpacks from $10,995. Also available are messenger bags, computer bags, waist pouches, duffel bags, gym bags, and even camping bags, all for the same price or less than buying online. And it's already here on Waterloo Street. John Lewis Styles, simply different.
Welcome back. This Saturday, iRide Guyana, a taxi app service, will be having its first jingle competition featuring a bevy of local talents vying to become iRide's jingle winner. Esther Sobers reports.
Looking for somewhere to take the family on Saturday? Then look no more as iRide, a taxi app service, will be having its first jingle competition tomorrow, featuring a bevy of local talents vying to become the iRide jingle winner. CEO of iRide, Melissa Davey, gave us an insight on what to expect on Saturday.
We're going to actually do a live competition, all right? And so that's happening tomorrow on the roof garden of the Gizmos and Gadgets building. And so, I don't know, have you ever gone on the roof garden?
No,
it's absolutely wonderful. It's on the 4th floor, and you know, you can actually gain access to the roof garden by just coming through the main entrance of the Gizmos and Gadgets Superstore, and you just go to the elevator and just select the 4th floor, and there you go. You'll be right up on the roof garden, and it's beautiful. The view up there is beautiful. It's usually a very nice, cool, calm atmosphere.
The event will feature a fashion show by Royal Foundation along with a multi-talented Jomo Primo, among other local talented singers that will be entertaining the audience.
In addition to all of the persons who we're going to have competing tomorrow, we're also going to have some really great local talent in the house. So we're going to have a very beautiful young lady there by the name of Miss Ine Benjamin, and you know, she's very popular on the gospel scene. We're going to have none other than Mr. Jomo Primo. And of course, you know, everybody knows Jomo because Jomo is an international artist. So we're going to be so happy to have Jomo on board tomorrow.
The event is absolutely free and will start at 2 p.m. I'm Esther Sobers reporting for Channel 2 Headline News.
Thanks, Esther. And internationally, Mexico is this evening reeling from the strongest earthquake it's experienced in over a century. Here's more from Al Jazeera.
This was the moment the earthquake hit, around midnight on Thursday night. This house, more than 100 kilometers away from the epicenter. Much further away, buildings also shook. 1,000 kilometers away in Mexico City, people escaped from buildings onto the streets before the electricity was cut off.
It was horrible. I've never felt anything like this before. It felt mild at first, but then it trembled a lot. When we were going down the stairs, it trembled even stronger. It trembled so hard, we swayed too.
You could hear the building creak. The lights were out, so I grabbed a friend and I cried. I cried because it scared me a lot.
The extent of the devastation is slowly becoming clear. Southern Mexico was the hardest hit. Some buildings collapsed, others were damaged, and power lines are down. Governors in the worst hit regions say schools are closed. Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto said it's the most devastating earthquake to strike the country in over a century.
Unfortunately, we have already received reports of loss of human life and of material damage that we cannot yet quantify. We will do that in the coming hours and days to learn what damage the earthquake has caused.
The U.S. Geological Survey says the quake struck about 87 kilometers southwest of the Mexican town Pijijiapan and reports multiple aftershocks.
Such a strong quake that it's, widely felt throughout the whole region. There have been probably a half a dozen magnitude 5 aftershocks.
Mexico is now mobilized its army, marines, and federal police to respond to this disaster. But as rescuers reach communities along Mexico's southern coast, close to the Guatemalan border, it's expected that the death toll will continue to rise.
And now for the weather report. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Friday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook, YouTube, and ch2headlinenews.com. You can also tune in Sunday morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast, and Monday evening at 7 o'clock for more news. For now, I'm George Gonzalez, signing out from this newscast, saying thank you for welcoming us into your homes, and do have a blessed weekend.